So there are some seats available and, you can sit on the table, you can stand on the table, you can do whatever you want. Also, if this is your first team meeting at Candy Living, just give me a little raise of your hand. I kind of have to call on you, but please. It doesn't usually look like this. Okay, so we're doing a live listing presentation here. If you've ever been at a house of our listing presentation, the tool sort of sometimes it's different. Yeah, okay, so it doesn't usually look like this. It cannot be here for every regular.
This house looks like this.
Like that, yeah. Actually, Ricky said this morning, he was like, you gotta move some of that stuff. I look at all those boxes right back. I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure they're bringing more. And there's not a frog in by accident.
Oh, real frog?
A real frog. So you have to take it outside.
So
Anyway, all right, so we're gonna get through all the things, so you can spend the last 20 minutes going through a live listing presentation. Hopefully you guys will get a ton out of it, and then whoever stays to help clean up, I'll buy you something, okay? All right, cool, let's get into this. So you know how we start out every single meeting?
Maybe.
With tell me something good. All right, so I want three things. At some point, one of you guys are gonna have to say that with me. I want three things. I don't care if they're business related, personal related. I want three people to tell me something good. Go. There's a lot of you in here. The frog is alive and it's outside. Great. Doesn't count. Three more.
today my granddaughter turned 50.
Day.
Hey, Lynn, did you see the link or did you see Antonio's text?
Days left in my 30s.
Not bad.
There it is. Good. All right, who else?
I get to go to Vegas in 2 weeks as my birthday. They just spent 10 days away from my husband.
Kim, what did you say?
No, I was just teasing.
Okay.
Taylor's been dating from the last thing.
KW Living, Taylor still dating, right? Okay, Leah got it. What is it? Oh, what happened to her yesterday? Where is all this about boys? We got beautiful flowers delivered and we were like, is it for boys? So she got 2 dozen flowers delivered. Really? I love how you open the door locked and loaded.
You hear me?
Second.
You guys were like practicing something like for today. So excited. Oh my God. Okay, well, you kept saying that, so I thought you were practicing something with all this.
No. Happy flowers delivered. All right, one more. Tell me something good.
I have grandpas.
Like new ones or like 3?
Boyfriend bought a weenie dog named Willow and a cockapoo named Snoop.
Yeah. Wait, Snoop or Snoop?
Like Snoop.
Okay, guys, that's what I was hoping. I was hoping it wasn't for Snoop. I was really hoping it was Snoop. Okay, love that. Denise, give one more.
Y'all favorite nephew. He's driving me crazy because track season has started already. And, but he was recently added, so we started school with one schedule, but then they decided to move him up into both honors biology and honors math and honors English. So, based on his work,
So you need tutoring to help him with his homework.
Right, so in fact, if I call y'all.
Yeah. That's awesome. Oh yeah, I get it with kids, get it with kids. Love it, love it. All right, cool. Anybody else? Once, twice, 3 times? All right, let's keep going. Just a friendly reminder. Oh, just kidding. I have good news too. So, in the month of August, Keller Williams Living broke a record. And so we brought in $118,000 in company dollar into this brokerage. So give yourself a
Our highest, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I think our highest before this number was 107,000. That sound right?
That's a lot.
Yep, and that was in 2021. And the real estate market was different, yeah? Okay, so I was telling ALC this morning, this tells me a few different things. It says, one, we're growing with cappers, so licensed agents are joining our brokerage, which is exciting, and a lot of that is done through connections that you guys make to us, so I'm so appreciative. The second one is we're growing cappers from within, so that is our newer agents or agents that weren't capping are contributing into company dollar and selling real estate, which is also exciting. And then the third thing is our top agents are capping quicker. So there's a few cappers that reset their cap in August and capped in August. So I think the Magnos were 21 days, they capped. And they're already 100% of their commission. I was Journey Tool capped in 21 days. I was like, please don't let it be 20 or 22 because I don't want them competing. And then Tara was also right around that number as well. So anyways, it's, you guys are amazing in a market that is shifting and trending down at a lot of places. You guys just broke a record in August. So congratulations, give yourself a big round of applause. All right, this one I was gonna say, just a quick reminder from your friend Rick Tannenbaum that when you are making phone calls, please do it in a TCPA friendly way. And then we're actually gonna spend 30 seconds on this today. So let's paint the town red. Who's got a new listing that they want to share? Go.
I have going active today, a brick ranch 3-bedroom bath in Bedford. Janice will be holding it open this weekend.
Saturday,
Saturday. Well, the two, really great condition, nice yard, needs a little, probably like facelift, kitchen, bath, whatever, but it's listed at 149, I think, so hold on that. Somewhere right around there, yeah, that's on Nordham. Nice area. For those interested, let me know. And then I have one going active tomorrow in Strongsville. Great story for everybody. It was a lady I knew, they were selling her mom's house. She called me, goes, a few months ago, goes, we're gonna sell my mom's house. And I'm like, about to go, oh, that's amazing. She goes, for sale by owner. Oh, man. And she's like, would you come look at it?
Wait, I heard
Your
this story.
advice? And I was like, sure, okay, just trying to advice. Yeah. And I did it, and I like went to positive attitude, it's in that cell, so I don't think I'm just gonna, so.
That should tell me something good.
Yeah. Really good one, it's like a little cluster home, nice community, nice parks, stuff, no, it's got a first primary with an ensuite, and a for the office, one upstairs for the loft, you know, that leads to the bathroom. So what did you say that you got? What? So what did you say that you got? When I went there, I just gave him my honest advice and then listen, I'm not. Listen to this for you, I was like, first off, that's like the time that really good, so I can play everything. And then I just, I told him honestly, it was very higher than I thought they could, and I thought they were, it takes, and nice, just get to the side, they can just, they got an offer, you get to get it to be there, so, honestly, I was just, you know, I did do that kind of stuff, I think it's all, I think it's not advice. Like we did, when I was in third, then I had a totally renovated house for my dad and I think I got those that first one. I think it's actually 50 kind of like new times. We used to like I think it was bad when everything we've been on, it's space like this, we take this where I'm serious, but I was like them to go about this thing, so I'm serious. Going through with like this.
No, I tried to play.
I'm doing that. We're going to do better. Yeah.
Hold up.
I got one off market, we're not gonna put it on the MLS for spring, but if, somebody has a value, they would find some rental for us to do in the meantime. It's a brick ranch on Dryden and then straight with ice. And we don't have like 13 unit size, it's 4 beds, 3 baths, walkout basement. Updated kitchen and updated like we can target floors, and then the first place like this house is maybe across the street.
The guys imagine more because right, then they get free with it. How about if I'm just sitting on the floor?
Yeah, it's not market, you don't. I could eat the barbecue, just get it smelling.
Yeah, you're not invited, all right, Karen.
This one of our, I get back to, make sure they have the, continuing evaluated, and some really secret, finishes, the unknown, so it's hard by the when it's still. There's a proof, there's a proof, that has always been able to compare to something else. Really, when you decided to just wait and see what the pattern is. That piece of the dance. So anyway, that piece of me got me. So how is this going to be? But, looking out to the one, you tell me about what is. Yeah. I do have a couple of them in my practice, but I have one in Euclid. And it's going to be really exciting. The 17 county for 2016. They'll probably be open with that right on the two, the store there is 2 4 that, what do you mean by it? There's a pit tap, it's literally. I have another home in Garfield, 2 houses in Garfield, one is pretty, like, beautiful, it's a simple for anyone. That one is probably only 200 cars, what do you mean by that? It's on the next piece of information, 61 and 420, really good job. I'm for somebody that like that, all the other things. And then I have some of the business avenues and that's when we're 40, and we go back, all the time to 225 to 2,000 and then it's kind of and that's coming up really great, it's really unique. It's going to be, the guy is going to be there. And then I have a window up in the line here, this is going to be a great time for me, so I'll be back. So I have another one on the hand that we got to do, somebody's looking for a colonial. That is going to be good. One for the back, so this is the house that will keep that job and find the kids, getting there. You know, when you do that, well, I would also just say, Gabriella mentioned all of these photos, games, and so they would be really having some like go through like put that one there. Aaron's also been asking me about, I have people talking about it in the reading with my family, but maybe and I have 3 cats to what they're oh, all right, what are we doing? 30 seconds, totally. All right, we want to invite Renee up to the motion sitting back there. Renee, tell us what you got. Is that okay?
That's cool.
Yeah, I will be.
Yes, I don't want you to do that. Not on the first one, not on the first one.
biggest thing is people, you know, if you need them, that my body can grow, or, you know, something along those lines, that they're yelling at you that Friday the day, and they're going to be so. This, we came up with a program that basically, if you guys sign up for buyers, they will get a call before it closes. They will get a call from a rep that will be their rep for the next year. So they will have a personal contact line, they don't have to go to the main customer service line, and they will follow up with them in 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, and 12 months to make sure that, you know, if they did have something happen, they can file a claim to them that it's some experience, like, there was a claim, you know, I've told the woman people many times that people are like, oh, I could have it. So we remind them of it, and then we have to also, and then they also drop in the, and then send. So you guys don't have to do it, so. Just a call that I think I know, or, you know, something along those lines. So if you guys have any questions, I have flyers, I'll leave them back there so you guys can have.
Thank you so much, I appreciate it.
Oh, that was a concierge.
Sarah, you walk in. Does everybody know Sarah? Anybody know Sarah? Yeah, that's Sarah. All right, Sarah, tell us what you got going on.
Well, I'm Sarah. I work with Cleveland Services. We're producing on essential leverage, so it's transaction closing. Essentially, you should leverage. We do a lot of the, as soon as you're under contract, movement with your dealer. So as soon as you're under contract, you let me know and I will send all the documents. And we get communications with all the parties, we'll get the title lending, as well as your client. And basically to say that I'll start with follow-up, I'll schedule everything, so we're getting your earnest money, your inspections on time, the proceeds, all of that's there together, and the appraisals are getting ordered. With the regular timeline of things, I wanna make sure I'm on schedule, so you guys are not behind, you're not missing anything, and staying in compliance. So I'm doing compliance, taking care of your escrow instructions and stuff like that. And then we have a one-time. The one-time fee is $325 per transaction. If you guys do not sell, worry about it, eventually you guys do not get paid your license. And then, you know, it's not really a contract basis, so as needed if you need help.
So if you guys are looking at like business planning right now for 2026 and you're thinking, okay, I've had a ton of success in this industry, or I've just started, I've had a little bit of success and I'm looking for some leverage, but I might not be ready to make that salaried hire. This is a great in-between to help you connect some of those dots. Or if you get a little bit busier in the summer and the spring, who gets busier in the spring and summer? Anybody in here or just Karen? Got it. Okay, and Keisha, those are the only two. Got it. Okay, I'm just kidding, but, you can even pick it up and put it down. So Leah, you've been working with Sarah for the last, I don't know, 45 days-ish, 60 days maybe?
Almost 60 probably, yeah.
I also just connected Sarah with another KW agent, that's now a fair brokerage, because it is more expensive at other places. And so, he was looking for a great referral and I just connected Sarah with him as well. So if you need some leverage, if you need some help, I always say, who in here can, or will tell me, I'm gonna look at one person specifically, maybe it was Carolyn. That said, but I have control issues and I'm really good at my paperwork. Is anybody like really good at their own paperwork and like
That wasn't.
try it once, and I promise you, you're actually not as good as you think you are, okay? So anyways, if you have any questions, please reach out to Sarah. She's amazing. She's done great things for our agents here and at KW Elevate and at a different KW office. So, yeah, so thank you, Sarah. Appreciate you. Cool. Right. Guys, one more person that we want to introduce, so American Title. Come on up. Please don't trip. There's a busy kitchen happening over here. The trash house right here. Yeah. How are you? Yes. Yes. And it was rock. Hello, everybody. Andrea,
You know, Sam with you. But we also wanted to introduce Lynn Thompson, and she will be, she's not new to this industry by any means. She's been in for how long have you been in?
20.
Over 20 years. But she is going to be a new team member that is going to be coming to this office. So you will see her around, weekly, stopping by, saying hi, if you need anything. We've got our contact information up here, but she'll be reaching out to y'all just to say hi and be another friendly face if you guys need anything, estimates, labels, any of that stuff.
And she's been with us for 3 years, so she's not brand new to America.
Oh, yeah, not brand new to us
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah.
But we just wanted to take a quick minute. to say hello.
I feel like as we continue to grow, you're gonna see a lot of faces in here from a lot of different places in here.
Yeah.
And so Lynn's just another one that you're gonna see. You're still gonna see Andrea, you're gonna see Sam, you're gonna see Beth, you're gonna see Lynn. You might see Ben, I don't know. You're gonna see a few of us.
You know,
Yeah, all of
you're
us, yeah.
gonna see- yeah.
Yeah, so, cool, awesome, well, welcome Lynn, let's give her a good, can I do a living welcome?
Looking forward to it. I hope to meet all of you and if I can help you in any way, please feel free to reach out to me and I'll reach out to you as well. So.
Do we have our other flyers next?
Nope.
No, we do have the CE, it's our 3-hour CE directly after this, we got Chick-fil-A for lunch, so, even if you didn't RSVP, come stay, eat some Chick-fil-A and get your 3 hours of CE, that you probably.
They are here for the CE and not for me, so that's why. All right, thanks guys, appreciate you, all right. All right, let's get moving here. Okay, we've got some agent spotlight. So Janice, I want you to call out your 2 people real quickly. And just a reminder, an agent spotlight means if you see something, say something. We love to call people out when they are, falling into our vision and our mission and our belief system here at KW Living. So it's a really great opportunity just to shout somebody out in a team meeting like this and make them feel really great. So when you get that email from Gabrielle every month, I don't care if you got 6, I would love to hear them all. So, all right, Janice, so we got.
Okay, so real quick, Toy Porch, she is not here, she works a full-time job. But I would say that Toy, I'm just gonna read what I wrote. Toy is the kind of powerhouse who keeps going when most people would have already quit. Even though she has tried to quit multiple times, she never will. No matter how tough the market gets and how many curveballs come her way, she shows up with grit, determination, and that signature Toy's tenacity. When deals get tricky, she doesn't fold. She finds a way, often with a smile. Toy turns challenges into milestones and keeps proving that perseverance, pressing humor, can conquer just about anything in real estate. And congratulations on your first closing. She had a first closing that day. Somewhere else, you should get even with the power of the she was like licensed in her year and then put in business. That was some place. And then Sabrina is she's like going on it. Last year, so many guys and that's the open houses, she always recommend. Sabrina is the only thing that produces continuing player, always ready to jump when the American teams needed. But stepping up for last year, showing, testing, the open house, when you fly, when you and when you're helping you just get taking. There's no things you guys are on, the opportunities here. But really, it's just the good thing that we can have to pay their state of valuable credit. We don't say to make sure it doesn't get a team of people. Yeah.
She didn't have anything to do with it. Yeah, she don't think any, but why? Yeah, okay. So, thank you, Samira. So, awesome, all right, love it. Okay, we've got a few new agents in the house as well, so welcome to Alexis. Alexis, here you go. Oh, she's on Zoom. All right, Alexis. Alexis Thomas, Dustin Major, and Zach Hayes. Congratulations, and welcome to we're gonna break some records in September, and we've got some of them that I'm learning with our first for the part of this month, and every single one of them. They're from some different person, I'm just saying, so we got a lot of girls tonight. We're just, by the way. Alexis, our girl over here, has made a lot of connections to agents, one of them is sitting right next to her, to kind of what is on it, so she's like, you know, she's done this for the show. So we think like, she's really good. Cool. All right, look at these August happers. So congratulations, Sandy Braun, Lauren Baker, Tara Simoji, 32, Diana and Mike Magno, Bobby Judy, Tim Smith, Soundfly, Sharon North, Alexis Thorpe, and Amy Ladarson. Tapping and earning, I'm going to get them. Congratulations.
August top producers, Lauren Baker, Dennis and Kathleen Bergansky, Sean Castillo, Melinda Chamberlain, Mary Jo Richatelli Clark, Felice Cologne, Bob Cugini, Karen Downing, Christina and Ron Dugas, Lisa Gaines, Andre Godes, Tina Griffiths, Brian Hawkins, Doxy Jelks, Leah Jones, Michael and Stacy Jones, Mary Jo and Michael Kormashoff, Diana and Michael Magno, Laura Murata, Cherie Mariash, Sharon Morris, Michaeline and Bob Paul, Kim Pelsozi, Amanda Pullman, David Presserin, Mike Roberts, Dana and Angela, Carlisa Blatney, Jordan Shoger, Antonio Smith, Ken Smith, Terrace Emoji, Rick Tannenbaum, Aaron Thomas, Journey Tool, CJ Trevisano, Mary Vetta, Keisha Wagner, Crystal Washington, Kaylee, and Mo Ladarsik.
I'm gonna run into the next few events that we have coming up, and then we're gonna get into the mood here. Are you ready, Agent? You're right back there at the front door. You ready for your showtime? Okay. So did anybody see this come through Cross Country Mortgage or Facebook yesterday for Tom Ferry's class?
Yeah.
Yes. I need a quick raise of hands on who is going.
Oh.
Okay. So we're gonna move the team meeting that day because I don't want to talk to just Ricky. And so we are going to move the team meeting that day because it is the same day. It'll just be me, Ricky, and Gabrielle. And so if you haven't registered yet, please get registered. It is totally free. Thank you so much to Chris and Cross Country Mortgage. Do you want to say anything on this?
I may or may not be there.
We may or may not have a baby.
Yeah.
Totally free, awesome event, Cross Country's putting it on, so we wanna show out, so, it's limited space. So be sure to register, they announced it, and within 24 hours, 200 people had already signed up, so I would definitely get on it really quick.
Yep, we want all of you guys to have a seat in that room if you want it. Was anybody at the last one too? It was really good, right? I can move here. Yeah. Okay, so, I'll leave this up for a second because I see a few more cameras. We'll make sure that we repost it to the top of Facebook, and then we will change team meeting date for October. Probably just shift it 1 or 2 days, so we will get that out as soon as possible too. Cool? All right. Okay, so October 13th, which is a Monday, which is 2 days before this event, we are doing a brunch and CE at American Title Solutions. Noreen Marlowe, who is the broker and OP at the Keller Williams Mentor location, is coming in and talking through this statewide purchase agreement. Not because we use it when we are writing the purchase agreement, but because we receive it on the listing side of things. And so she's going through line by line. And then Cindy Lammert is coming in and giving a 1-hour legal update. I know that doesn't sound very exciting, but you get lunch. So you get an hour and a half CE. There's also an hour legal update. I think it's super important for all of you guys to be there if you can. And thank you, American Title, for hosting. You can get your free ticket here. This will also sell out. How many seats do we have in that room?
100, I would say.
Okay, so I don't know what we're at right now. I don't know if we know what we're at right now. No. Okay, and I would try to be there if you guys can make it. We good? Did everybody scan it?
No.
No? Okay.
Old. Good?
Well,
Nope,
Kathleen?
nope.
Wait, hold
Yeah.
on.
oh, Karen.
Okay, got it.
Wait, Karen?
I
can't, I don't know whether that's.
We'll post it. We posted the Facebook too.
We'll post it again. All right, cool. Okay, 2026 business planning clinic. So this is probably one of the most important days as you look to business plan for 2026. This goes through the 4 models of the MREA. Who here has read the MREA before? I feel like I'm never coming to a trade meeting because y'all just makes me raise your hand. So it goes through the 4 models of the MREA. Jose Medina leads it. It is a little bit different this year. I think we cut down on the hours a little bit. It's 4 hours of continuing education. It is in Fairlawn at the same location as last year, and it did sell out last year. So it is totally not free. It is, I think it is $15. $17.85. That will be going to the food provided, and really just because if you have to put a credit card in, you are more likely to come. So that's why we do that. It was my suggestion. And so we'd love to have you guys here. Again, you will walk out of there with the start of your GPS for 2026 as we look to your business for next year. Any questions on this? Yes. Yeah. Okay, the food is bad. That's all right. I did whisper it. Right. Well, she said it too.
Yeah,
People heard it. It's fine. Okay.
Sorry.
All right. Okay, anybody from ATS want to share what we're doing, or Denise on this one? Oh, payment.
Yeah, we're gonna do, going over the settlement statement and the closing disclosure, so October 21st, we did get this, well, we're gonna give this approved for a 1 hour seat. It'll be approved by 9, so there's a QR code, and you can, hopefully you can read it from there, so you're about it, but, you know, sometimes there's just a lot of questions on what are these fees, what do they mean, and not that you should ever have to answer all of those for your clients, but being able to have some sort of an intellectual conversation with them, and put them back to us as title to be able to answer some of those, but we really want to educate you guys on how to read those and feel more comfortable engaging in those conversations. So 1 hour seat at 6 here. Yep, on the 21st of October.
So the goal is to bring in productivity coaching, then we decided to open it up to everybody, so you're like 6 to 7, that's weird. That's cool, questions, we good?
We need the QR code.
Set.
10 seconds. 9, 8. I'm joking. We all good? Oh, here's another one.
Holiday seems like forever away, it's really not. And so December 11th, we will be at Glen Eagles event. Thank you so much to everybody who helped with this, which was Ricky, Gabrielle, Keisha, Michaeline, Lynn, not me. Thank you guys so much for touring a bunch of places and finding the right place for our agents, and associates. So December 11th, 6 to 9 o'clock. You can register here. Honestly, I just asked Gabrielle to throw this in there so you can get it on your calendar. You can register, you know, we'll have the next few months to register as well. I just wanted you guys to get a little save the date out there.
And a +1.
+1. Cool. Good. All right, let's get started here. So we've got live listing presentation, which is what all this junk is. And so Tara, can I turn this over? It's a little junky. All right, so Tara, I'm gonna open this to you, and here's what I'm gonna ask of you guys as the audience. Tara and Mike Lee are gonna get very loud. They're gonna make sure their voices are their realtor voices. I'm gonna ask you guys to shout out some questions if you have them. It sounds like we will be taking some pauses in between as well. And then we'll spend the next 20 minutes going through a live listing presentation. Hopefully you guys will get some stuff out of it. We good? All right, seller and whatever we're doing at the front door over there.
Yes, well, I'm not gonna sit down because there's no place to sit amongst all my.
And there's not enough around to spray on that table for her.
What if there's another frog?
My God, you just scared us.
Great, ready for me?
I'm ready.
Ding dong. Here, freeze. So before I go to my listing appointment, I'm gonna definitely make sure I look nice. I was probably wearing different shoes, but I fell down my stairs last week, so I'm wearing flats. I'm also gonna wear my name tag, especially if I don't necessarily know my client very well. I want to look as professional as possible. I also have already done all of this before I left my car. Definitely do this before you go. All right, so now, hang on. I'm defensible. Jesus.
There ain't no fall. I just got a few little deliveries from. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, one of these are things.
Oh, okay. Very careful with it. It's good to see you.
So I'm so good.
I'm almost scared now.
So
That I ran into your mother at Heiden's.
I didn't realize you were selling real estate.
Yes, actually, for quite some time now, I absolutely love my job too. So
Well,
I'm glad
there's
you guys
things
like we do.
Thank you.
Diamonds you have there. Thank you. She told me I forget the KW office by the cemetery.
Yes, exactly.
The cemetery for Halloween.
That's what I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Pause. Okay, so I want you guys to know that before I came here, I actually already had a meeting with my client in her home. Okay, and I did a walkthrough. before I'm gonna have my actual listing appointment and show her comps and review the comps with her and review them myself, I wanna make sure I know what the true status of the home is, right? And how I can best, not just this stuff can go away, but what does her basement look like? How old are her mechanicals? What's her roof look like? All of those things. So just so you know, we've already had one meeting, we've already done the listing tour, okay?
So I was going over a couple of your papers. I really understand a lot of that. Do you want to sit down?
Sure.
Just shush this stuff over a little
Okay,
bit.
great.
I'm getting ready for the holidays, as you can see.
It's.
Which
holiday?
holiday?
I'm not sure if I'm, but you got there, and it's kind of paper, I don't really know it. So listen, I know we've talked about this already, but I'm gonna have to go about this whole thing myself. Because my husband, Joe, died. And like he's really dead though, not this time. Because, he was ill for a while and, I had reached out to another agent, just so you know. And then ran into the mom and I'm like, oh, this is really great. I'll give Tara a call because she said you are the best agent at that market.
Well, she is my mom,
Yes,
so
she
yeah,
is.
she should be saying that. If she's not, we're gonna have a tough talk.
It's okay, but you sent a lot of stuff in like Dotloop, and I can do Dotloop, just so you know. A lot I don't understand, and I was wondering, can you tell me about it?
Freeze. So not every client is gonna be requiring me to go over each and every document with them. I do send out an introductory email that explains a very high level, quick summary, put a disclaimer in there, what each document is and what it's for. My admins do that or I do that. And I think that's important for them to see the documents before I send them through Dotloop. I'm also giving her instructions on how to utilize Dotloop as well. But in this case, my lovely client really needs more hand holding. So I have brought all of my documents with me to kind of go over them in black and white on paper. We're gonna skip that because we don't have time for that.
And I do say, especially if they're a little older. I always feel it's best, I have it in my hands. If they don't need it, that's great, but if they do, and they're like, yeah, what was that one document, something about cybersecurity? Yeah, we're gonna go over that a lot. I'm going to, depending on the age of my client, because they take their money and I don't even know what they do with it. They'll tell you, like, they send it to people and Pakistan. So we have to be careful with stuff like that.
Right. Okay, so we're gonna pretend as though we've already gone over all the documents. So the last time I was here, we did a walkthrough of your beautiful home.
It is
and-
beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I love it. I love it. And I love all of the decorations that you have for the holidays.
Well, I, gonna get rid of that, right?
That's something we'll discuss. Yeah.
Now?
Yes, we're gonna discuss.
But I just finished that one last little table and umbrella. I love it the way it is, Sarah.
I understand.
Don't you think that's great for you?
It is definitely very unique. Yes, and you can tell that you have a lot of love for your home and that matters.
I just.
I can tell, that's so beautiful. Okay, so. All right. So I have a list here of some things that maybe we would discuss about getting your home listing ready, right? And I think that, no, it's okay, we love the toilet paper in case I just use it. So, I think what we can do is kind of talk about different, levels of what to do to your home to make it list ready, depending on what your goals are and what your bandwidth is for being able to kind of get it ready in the time frame that you want it. I just want to say, as much as I love all of your decorations and I love the love of the holidays, I'm with you. My house is the same. I do think that it's important to know that other people may not have the same views on the holidays. Maybe they had a death in the family during a holiday and being reminded of that holiday could make them feel bad. Maybe they have different religions or different cultures. That's enough. Okay. So I think if we go over these items and just kind of review them with you so you can decide what's right for you in your home, I think that would be best. But getting a home listing ready, we want it to be as blank of a slate as possible. We want it to be able to be, I know, but here's the thing, we have to talk to as many buyers as possible and get them all to love your home just as much as you do. And when we have to talk about ourselves in our home and our own interests, our own, things that make us happy, it sometimes can take away from their vision of seeing themselves in the home. And ultimately, at the end of the day, we want you to find a buyer that you absolutely love for the price that you love, for the terms that you love.
Well, you'll find buyer or no?
Yes, ma'am, we'll be
Okay.
marketing your listing.
And, I need to make really a lot of money.
Okay, then blank slate it is, right?
Well, I don't wanna move first.
Well, you don't have to move first.
Why do I put my stuff away?
Okay, well, let's talk about what's most important. Is
Okay.
keeping your stuff here for a short period of time as important as getting you the most money? Because it's one of the other. Okay, so most money is what you would prefer.
Yes, I wanna move to Florida.
Okay.
Boy.
Okay, so.
How do you know where that came from?
Paul.
Joe's real dentist.
Do you think that's gonna be possible, like in? Well, come on. In 35 days.
So you would like to move in 35 days and have the house closed and sold in 35 days?
45 max, I hear that's the max.
So that's a really great question. And what we can do is go over the comps that I put together for you, Freeze. So what I did is I went online and I ran comps. I ran different comps, right? So I'm not just showing her exact homes, exact state of her house in terms of updatedness or not updatedness. I ran everything. I want to show her a high level overview of all the houses that have sold that are pretty much like hers. You know, I don't want to show her something that's 1,000, 2,000 square feet bigger, or a house that has 20 acres and she only has half an acre. I want to keep it pretty much the same. It doesn't have to be exact, but I also want to show her ARV homes, so after repair value. So if her home is outdated at all, what would it be if it were perfectly beautiful? Because she's gonna say, well, the house down the street sold for 100,000 more. Well, let's look at that first, because that house has a brand new kitchen that costs probably 30 to 40 grand, brand new bathrooms, a new roof, landscaping, and it really draws in that curb appeal, which is different than this one. Neither is better or worse. So I'm gonna show her everything. I'm gonna show her houses that are not updated and need a ton of work, so that she can see what I'm seeing, the interior photos as well as the exterior photos, and come to the same conclusion I'm coming to in terms of price. So we agree. Does this always work for me? Not necessarily. They'll try to push it up higher, but when it doesn't sell for that higher price, I can say, well, you saw, and that's it, just so, yes, right.
Tara,
Yeah.
can I ask a question? How far back are you going on comps?
I'm gonna start with 6 months, right? Because our market is ever changing, and does anybody feel funny this summer?
Yeah.
Right? It's like not a normal summer.
I do say,
Yeah.
I go back to one.
Yeah.
I do the same as Tara, I run off all my sheets with pictures. I don't spend a lot of time on, how about if we compare this kitchen to your kitchen? If I have to do it, like we talked about scripting this with, look at my beautiful green cabinets that I just did. And I got this really great, Family Dollar hardware for only like $1. Tara doesn't love them, and she's like, yeah, I know, so. So I do same thing, and it just helps me price it a little easier. I have to take that load off myself, because I have a tendency to want to tell them what I think they should do, which probably a lot of us here might have a tendency to want to do as well.
And if Michaeline were the kind of person that I can tell she just trusts me, Tara, I trust you.
Right.
What do you think I should do? I maybe will just kind of flip through a few that really kind of point to matching hers best. But if I can tell she's like, well, I want this, I want that, I want, and she's not giving me that trust just yet, I am gonna go look at their kitchen and let's look at your kitchen. The cost to make your kitchen look like this kitchen will be this amount, and buyers are gonna notice that, and their agents are gonna tell them that. So we have to take that into consideration when marketing your home. So it's just kind of like, you have to feel out your client. Everyone's gonna be slightly different, but the basics are, I definitely want them to see what I'm seeing and agree with me ultimately in the long run. Right?
Yeah, thanks a really lot.
You're welcome to really
These are really great pictures, but, Tara, I made a whole list of everything you told me that we, Joe and I did in the last 20 years. And, we put a lot of money in this house,
Yeah, I understand.
and I would like to get it back again, and plus I have to pay you.
Yeah.
And do I have to pay, like, I heard this thing about another agent, that I have to pay another agent. I think I can do that.
So we can do things, however you would like. What I normally do with my clients is we set a price that you are willing to pay a buyer's agent ahead of time. And the reason why I do that is so that there isn't negotiations. If you set the price, you're in charge, and can they try to get more? They may, but they already know if I've told them right when they go to tour the home for the very first time, buyer broker compensation is 2.5%, then they know there's not really any wiggle room for that. And we can kind of enforce that. If they want to be paid more, they can have their buyer pay them more.
Okay, I like that.
But I want to go back to the question of how long will it take to sell your home? And another thing that we can point out in these comps that I have for you is the days on market, right? So we can look at the neighborhoods, we can look at the homes, and we can kind of decide from there and using our own like knowledge and logic to deduce what's gonna sell more quickly and what's gonna hang around a little longer. We're also gonna look at the average days on market for your neighborhood, and that will help give you some good expectations moving forward. Okay.
This is 134 days though.
Yeah.
Really a lot.
Now let's look at those pictures, and pictures don't tell us everything, right? There could be some things that are not seen in the pictures. There could be some rooms without any photos at all that they're trying to hide. There could have been a major structural issue with the home that we can't see necessarily in this listing. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take those outliers, homes that sold were on the market for a very long period of time, and we may put those to the side and not include them in our average, because to me, being a house detective, I can tell something happened with that house, that it took so long to sell compared to the other homes that are in your neighborhood.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Okay, very good. Freeze, does anybody else use days on market as part of their main pitch? Setting expectations, it's super important to do that. The other thing that we're gonna be setting expectations for is how long does it take to get your house list ready, right? The stuff everywhere. And so let's go back into, so we talked a little bit about what's more important to you, getting the highest price or kind of still having your things out and visible to you for a very short period of time. Because you do want to make that move to Florida to go be with your new boyfriend.
I don't want to have to throw anything out. So it means I'm gonna have to pack and take it. Do you have someone that could help me?
I do actually have quite a few vendors that I could connect you with that you can interview and see who is a good fit for you. There's also other options too, like a pod where you could pack your things into storage. They would pick it up, hold it for you, and then ship it to where you're at. So we have a lot of different options in terms of what will work for you, what you feel most comfortable with. So Breeze, as you can see, I'm really trying to make her feel like she's the bus driver. I'm gonna give her a ton of options. She gets to pick. But at the end of the day, it's still the same answer. You gotta pack up your stuff, right? You don't want photos, family things. We don't want decorations for holidays. So that's kind of the. Okay. Do you have vendors, by the way, for packing and moving? I do. You want them? Yes, I do. Thank you. Okay, so we talked about comps. We talked about how, oh, here's another thing I like to do. So in addition to the comps, I'm also gonna show her houses that are actively on the market in her neighborhood. So these are not sold. So it doesn't mean that just because they're asking that price, that means that I can actually sell, that the list agent can actually sell it for that price. But I wanna show her what's actively on the market so she can see her competition, and I may even take her on a field trip if she's up to it.
I don't do different.
I didn't think so. Okay.
I'm going with Hug. You want me to go on a stranger's?
Definitely not the same car.
Okay, so if she were interested in that, I would take her to go see 3 or 4 houses that are actively for sale. So again, she can see those in person, and the pictures that may not be telling the whole story, she can see them. And we can figure out, and then again, it's giving her empowerment. She's with me and she's out looking at these houses and we're pointing things out, and she's now feeling like, wow, I really understand real estate more. I'm giving her the opportunity to feel empowered in the situation, which endears her to me more because she feels like I listen, she's heard, she's seen. And it's valuable for me to educate her.
Tara, that is not something that I think everybody would do. How often do you do that?
Every time.
Every time you
Well,
take people out?
If
Every
it's
time
an
you
investor
suggest it.
out of the state investor or something, that's never gonna come into Ohio. No, but for the most part, I do. Yeah, at the very least, if they're willing to. Some of them are like, no, thank you, but I always offer it up.
And those are active listings on the market?
Yeah, competition. And I think, someone in our office too had a listing on Wintergreen, which I still have a listing on. And it was already under contract. She's in our brokerage, so I called her and I said, it's under contract, but can I still take my client to go see it? I know you can't tell me what the price is, but at least I can show my client, and she gave me a roundabout idea of where they landed. And I was able to show my, and that made a huge difference for her in the terms of how she thought about what her house was worth. So,
I do not do that.
I can,
I don't
And
go
did
to,
you?
yeah,
yeah, and I
A
think
lot
it's
of
a
people
great,
don't wanna do it,
yeah, it's a great idea though.
but I'm like, let's go take a look, cause they don't get it until they see. Yeah, they can't tell from pictures, they just.
Well, I think it depends on the person, like to Tara's point, if you've already built the trust and you're going in there knowing that they are just like, then you don't even have to spend your time doing it. But if you're going in and you guys aren't meeting anywhere in the middle with the
But you can
pricing,
kind of feel it out.
yeah, like
the
the first,
person.
then you do it.
the final thing that I'm gonna go over with comps and deciding price with her, and she's gonna help me come to that conclusion, is the, percentage over or under asking price. Does anybody else use that? So,
Yeah.
so I can tell her about the importance of listing right the first time so that we can get what we're asking or more than that. And we all know that if we can create multi-bid situation, we're gonna be better off because we're gonna get better terms as well as better price when we do that. Okay. Let's. So the last thing I want to leave with you here is my lovely listing magazine, freeze, which I don't have. Actually, Mackenzie, if you're listening, please help me. So I do have a listing magazine coming, but I'm gonna leave this with you. She may or may not read this, she may or may not go through it, but it just shows that I care about my profession, that I have print material that makes me look more polished. It is gonna be a beautiful product once it's completed. We've switched over to using that one. In addition, I also will create some brochures for your home. And these will be left in your home for open houses. Yeah. And also for any agents that are sorting for their clients. Yes, it's a beautiful home. Yeah, we'll have it all under.
Oh, hi, I'm Mikey Junior, Michaeline's daughter. Ah, you didn't clean up for Tara. Hey, I just got a few questions.
No, you can't have the China.
No,
No,
scoot over. I just have a few more questions if you don't mind. Sorry, scooch this.
just so you know, it's all about the money.
Okay.
It's all.
I'm the eldest daughter. I just have a few more questions. I'm sorry, I'm late.
Pull the plug if anything happens to me.
Oh, shit.
You already told you.
Mom shared, speaking about interviewing a few different brokers or a few different agents. Is that okay?
Yes, absolutely. So pause for 1 second. Guys, you may not want to use this tactic. This is what I use and it works well for me. And it also kind of streamlines me not working with clients that aren't meant for me, right? I don't need to win every client. I want to win clients that I can work hard for and they'll appreciate it. What?
Say that again, because that's an amazing point.
Oh, yeah, so you may not want to use this tactic.
No,
because-
not that part, just.
Yeah,
that.
it'll go away. You pick out clients that you don't necessarily want to work with. You want the people who are excited to work with you, who see value in you, who appreciate you, and who you're gonna work your butt off for, right?
Guys, don't compromise how you do business. You try to get, because you will be miserable.
Yeah.
And you're probably not gonna sell it. You're not gonna be able to sell it.
So in my intro email that I sent to them at that first initial contact that talks about, here's the process and here's what I do. In that intro email, it states, when interviewing other agents, you can ask some really great questions that you may not have thought of. Here's my services and how I do it. You can utilize this to kind of compare apples to apples on what other agents are willing to do for you. And when I sit down in front of my client, I always want them to know, I really want you to find the best fit for you. And that may not be me, and that's okay, but I will always be here to answer any questions that you have. And when you're out interviewing other agents, you can refer back to that email I sent you that has, you know, some ideas and some thoughts and also what my services are so that you can ask good poignant questions of other agents and make sure that when you are choosing one, it's the perfect one.
We're not looking at anything.
Did she answer the questions? Did she answer the questions? Wait, pause, freeze. I'm so glad you said that, because as somebody who sits in a role that attracts agents into this brokerage, we say things like, I think you should interview other brokerages, and we give them questions that they should ask other brokerages. So I love that you said that because both of those things are gonna come together. It almost creates trust in that relationship right from the beginning.
But, and I mean it, like the energy and the
Yeah.
authenticity is, I want you to interview other agents.
Yeah,
And I want you to choose me because you think I'm the best.
Yeah.
For you, right? And if you don't choose me, I'm gonna know the universe just had my back and saved me from some horrific lawsuit or something.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so did you have other questions?
Did we come up with a price?
Well, if you wouldn't have got here, we would have already had the price, but thanks for attending the meeting, we're invited to.
Okay, you got your back, Mom. Just you sit closer.
No, this is good.
What are we thinking? It's hot here. Jeez. Oh, I don't have an AC in this thing. Have we decided on the price yet?
So when we looked through the comps, we saw that some of the homes that are very similar to yours in terms of, the updates that you've made previously, and then compared to some of the homes that are more updated, compared to some of the homes that are less updated. And I think we are looking at a range between 215 and 235 for this location based on these comps. What are your thoughts on that?
235. And you thought that was the higher number? I need at least 300. Where am I gonna go with $235,000?
Well, at the end of the day, we will list your house for whatever you would want to list it for. I just can't ensure that it's gonna sell in the time frame that you want and for that price that you want.
Mhm.
Ultimately, the market will speak for itself, right? And so we'll see if buyers move forward and if they want to purchase the home at a higher price. Only thing we have to be kind of cognizant of is appraisal. So if we have a cash buyer, we don't really have to worry about that. We do like cash buyers. They have a lot less contingency. It doesn't mean that the deal's gonna be smooth sailing 100% of the time when it's a cash buyer, but for the most part, there's less contingencies. But appraisal is really important because if the buyers that step forward to want to buy your home do have a mortgage loan and a lender that they're working with, they will have to have an inspection done by a third-party appraiser to come out and determine the price of the home. And how they're gonna do that is by looking at those same comps that we just looked at.
I thought, after COVID, we don't have to do inspections anymore, people don't do them.
No, they're back.
They're back.
They're back in full force. And actually,
Are you
the
gonna let them
inspections
know I'm
never
not
stop.
doing stuff, I'm not doing anything? No, because I'll leave a few little things for them, but that's about it.
So you want to make sure that everybody knows that the home is selling as is and you will not make any repairs. Absolutely, we can put that in the notes.
Okay, that'd be great.
Yeah, absolutely. But back on the comps and the appraisal. So again, this is a different inspection, so to speak, that is done by a third party that the lender is going to basically hire and come in and decide the value of your home. And they're gonna look at those comps. So we may run into an issue, and I want you to be aware of that ahead of time, that if we end up selecting a buyer that comes forward for the purchase price that you would like, that we have to make sure it will also appraise. Otherwise, we go back to the negotiating table. Now, if we have a multiple offer situation and a lot of people want to buy your home, they may put in some extra goodies like an appraisal gap addendum, which would state they're willing to pay out of pocket in addition to their down payment, even more if it doesn't appraise for the purchase price. And that's a sliding number, and it's obviously a case by case issue. But again, I want to be really clear in those days on market, listing it for a price that makes sense, for a price that's going to sell your home and the time frame you want to sell it in, because it does sound like time frame is important to you.
It is, but if I get you, I could buy you another pair of shoes.
What if we start at 290? Or what if we start at two?
No, you go with that 999.
What if we go to 2999? And then we just see what happens, because what if we list it at lower, but then people would have paid more? We don't know.
We don't know.
Well, most of the people that are gonna be coming through your home are gonna have a real estate agent working for them. The statistics are showing about 80% of buyers out there nationally are working with a real estate agent. That being said, that real estate agent is gonna advise them on the purchase price, and just like the appraiser, the agent's gonna be looking at comps to do so. So we kind of have to keep that in mind. Now, again, it's your home. We'll do whatever you want. You are driving this bus. We can list it, and then we can, if we've got no movement, we've got not a lot of interest, we don't have any offers coming through, the feedback we're getting from
Well, I think
agents
there'll
and
be
buyers.
great feedback,
Okay, good.
because
Yeah.
I put a lot of money in this.
Yeah, and we're gonna help you get it all set and ready to be listing prepared, so we'll get you there.
I like that number, Dee.
Yeah, I like all of
I
that.
don't even know why I care that you're here. We're supposed to be here to begin with.
I know, it's
But
so
I
fun.
like that higher number. Yeah, I like, can we maybe start there?
We can start there, but again, I may not be able to hit the goals that you're looking to hit with that higher number. And it's okay, but just be aware and have the expectation that we may need to come back together and talk about lowering the price in the future
if we don't see any movement or interest. Are you okay with doing that?
You're gonna do an open house, right?
We're gonna do open houses every
Okay.
weekend, both days.
Are you gonna be there? Because I don't know if I'm crazy about strangers in me.
If you would like me to be at every open house, I will,
Would you?
absolutely, yes.
Okay.
I may bring other agents with me as well.
Okay, that's a
But
good
I-
idea.
Yeah, I can make sure to be there if that is important to you.
I think
absolutely.
if we're doing open houses every weekend, then we can sell it at our price.
We'll see. I mean, does anybody ever deal with it? I usually give me that much ahead of time. I usually convince them, but I've got some pretty hard nosed clients here.
So if we were going, if the goal is to get mom down to Florida within 30 days.
I forgot to tell you about the boyfriend.
It's fine. Dad is looking down. If, we're up. If we're looking to sell and get mom down in 35 days, what is your recommended price? Cause I think that maybe she can move in with me. And if the goal is to get it within 30 to 35 days,
Never.
what does that look like?
So again, I think it falls within the price range that the comps are supporting. The data is there. So this is the data that we have.
Well, that might have you for your house, but yeah.
But it looks just like.
So anyway, point being is if you want to hit that goal of time frame, then we really need to list it at a competitive price and not at the high end of the comps, but somewhere right in the middle. And I think that will draw in the most interest and that will get you to move your homes quicker. If you're gonna list it higher, it's just gonna sit. And I will tell you this, we have a big gap. 300 or 299.99 that is a big gap from 215 to 235. And to make that kind of a drop, that might send a bad message out to potential buyers and agents that something's really wrong with your home. Why did you have to drop the price so much? You know, if it's
That's a
over.
good point.
Is there,
Maybe we should talk.
is there a chance that we could go on the higher end of your gap there and then maybe make more money? Maybe we could go into multiples. We heard that that was happening.
So, pause. So I'm gonna also show them, Showing Time has a report that you can see for different areas, zip codes and different neighborhoods that you can look at how many showings are going on in different price ranges. You can break it down. I'm also bringing that to show them how many people are actively looking to buy in your area. So if it's like 3 a week that showings are happening in her area, like I need to set that expectation. You know, if we want 30 to 35 days closing, we really have to be very, very attractive in our price to pull in many people that are going to be serious about buying a home and buying it quickly. So that's the other thing I would do too.
And then last question, are we signing paperwork today or do we have a few days to think about it? I guess I'm asking you, Tara, what do you typically do in this scenario?
I typically, so it depends. So if I never make anybody sign anything that they're not ready to sign. She wants to look it over more. She wants to meet again and go over the documents again. I'm doing whatever they want. But typically I'm doing dot loop and it's in their court, right? I don't need to meet with them. That dot loop is sitting there. I will follow up every day after I've sent the dot loop documents, or I'll have my admins follow up with an email and just say, just checking in with you. Did you have any more questions? I see you haven't signed the documents yet. Is there anything holding you back? Any questions I can answer? Or are you actively interviewing other agents? How's that going for you? Right, so, and I don't make them feel weird about interviewing other agents either. I'm kind of encouraging it at the end of the day. So it's not like awkward. Am I schwitzing?
Okay, one last question, because I know we're on time. What is the conversation around, if we're interviewing other agents, is your commission negotiable? Like, how low will you go to work with my mom?
That was our.
list.
We talked about that. Let's talk about, I know another agent, he's my sister-in-law's brother's girlfriend's niece. And she said that she's new and she said she could possibly save me some money for commission. Would you think about something like that?
Well, ultimately you do get what you pay for, correct? And if somebody is willing to give you a discount because maybe they're a new agent or they're slow in their business and they want to attract your business by discounting their services, you may not be in the greatest position at the end of the day. Not to say anything bad about any other agents. I understand. I'm sure that they're lovely and maybe they'll work really hard for you. But, I do sell homes. I'm a top producer in my, brokerage. If you're not a top producer in the brokerage, lean on your team if you're on a team and talk about what your team does, right? Rather than yourself if you're newer and you're on a team. If you're just a solo agent and you're brand new and you don't have that kind of clout, don't mention it then. Steer clear of that topic. Talk more about, your willingness to serve them and what you will do for them and how, invested you will be with them and show them by doing the actions to prove that as well. Proper follow-up, meetings, all of those things. I don't actually discount my prices, and it's always the same price for every client I ever work with, no matter what the price of their home is, if it's $1 million home or if it's a $50,000 home. The price is always the same for me, and that is because I will be investing a lot of time and energy. I think you'll be very satisfied with what I do for you, and therefore I don't discount it.
I understand. Kind of like you.
Well, thanks, I like you too.
And, I just want to let you know I have raccoons in the attic. There's- You know someone?
So, raccoons in the state of Ohio, if you trap them, which we do have traps, I have some traps at my house. This is a real case scenario, by the way. Everything that's happening here is actually happened for real. So, we can send trapper out. Usually it's $100 to $150 for a professional trapper. If you'd like to borrow my traps, you can, and.
Why look like I would do that?
No, but just, I'm just giving you options. You always have options with me. But you have to, euthanize raccoons once you catch them. Yep. Yes, can't really capture a live raccoon and take it to a park. Like I did.
All right, what questions do you have? Anything?
I want to take that raccoon back to your house.
So it hasn't, the guy that, okay, you have to go 3 miles away, and there's multiple raccoons, it's a family, there's like 6, so we've gotten 3 so far.
And this is why we did this today. We were talking and I'm like, oh my God, I've got like 3 portraits. And she's like, I have 2 of them with raccoons. And I was talking to Kim the other day. This is getting to be a huge issue, our little poachers. And that's why we based this today around that, because I, being older, I'm finding that a lot of people are reaching out to me because they've heard that I will help them with their hoarding. I don't even know why, because I hardly can walk in the house, but the fact is I do. And I have enough people in my vendor list that will walk beside me and they will help me, and yes, they will make money doing it. And you should have those people in your back pocket because it is getting to be a huge, huge problem. And they don't even know it. And it's like me, y'all make fun, and it's true. I have more stuff in my house. It looks like it threw up on itself. But let me tell you, when I take it out, I know where it came from. The box is marked. I'm an organized hoarder. We're going into homes now that are not, and we are struggling with them because they want to stay, and that's why Tara and I covered that. I want a lot of money and I want to go, but I don't want stuff away because I have Susie who's gonna come in here and go, I don't want this shit. She's not good, none of them want anything, and we know that. So we need to help them before they take a couple steps back and not go in a house for 3 years. Because
I've got one 12 years, hasn't been in the house 12 years.
and it's a struggle, and we're the ones who have to help them because we're the ones they're reaching out to.
And there's like a psychological component to it. So you notice when you talked about her stuff, I don't make her feel bad about it. I don't tell her it looks bad. I value that she values it, right? But I also try to redirect her focus and her hopes and her goals into like, what's more important to you? Because we can leave it, absolutely. Like, these are their home. You can't tell them they have to. And if you want to be a partner and a helpful person to them, you're going to swim alongside them. So the psychological component to it is to just redirect their focus on what's more important. And that might be hard in those situations. It's a struggle. There's a reason that's.
And just so you know, all of the Amazon boxes will be staying here in storage for our sweet treat auction that we'll be having in just a few weeks.
All right, cool.
That's it.
Anything else? All right, give it a round of applause.